Hey everyone, welcome to this weekly Sidereal astrology forecast for the week of March 7th to the 13th of 2022. Alright, so this week, a bit of a quiet week astrologically, just one aspect taking place, but very important with sign changes. In fact, right at the beginning of the week, we do have quite a few sign changes. We have Mercury going into progressive Aquarius, where the sun is, at least at the beginning of the week, so adding to that future-minded, future-oriented energy, and Venus and Mars are changing sign as well. They're very close to each other, as has been the case, which is very good for blending that yin and yang, that masculine feminine energy. And now both these planets are going into more grounded Capricorn, so coming out of the more expansive, free-spirited and more theoretical Sagittarius and going more into the responsible, disciplined, grounded Capricorn where Mercury was coming out of. So just continuing a lot of that Capricorn groundedness, which we'll probably be valuing, enjoying, and connecting in that way in our relationships. Then the sun does change sign about midweek on Thursday, going into watery Pisces, now starting the next month plus of the sun here, which is focusing on things that are more important to us on a soul level. Maybe taking a bit of a space, a step back sometimes. And this adds to the energy on Sunday because the sun will be over Neptune, that watery planet. So let's go and take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. Alrighty, so here's the sky for this week, starting first with Monday, March 7th. And as you can see here, we are using the visible sky on this channel, which is very different from mainstream astrology. In fact, if you are new to this channel, you might be wondering why I'm saying the sun is just now entering Pisces this week. Yeah, the signs are different in the sky. This is using the visible sky. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out the link down below for more information. All right, so as you can see here, quiet week astrologically, at least in terms of the aspects, a continuation with, of course, that Venus next to Mars, and then at the end of the week, that Sun over Neptune. So the strongest emphasis of the week is the fact that we are coming into the first quarter phase of the lunar month. Last Wednesday, we started the new lunar cycle. And so that means as we get into this week, and especially around that Wednesday time period, it is very good to challenge ourselves, to take action, to implement. The first quarter is all about building and integrating the energies of the new moon cycle. So definitely good to move things forward if there's been any insights since last week's new moon, or quite literally new things. Great week to challenge ourselves. Typically the first quarter is coming into the first challenges of the lunar cycle, but of course, again, we want to challenge ourselves to take that action, build, and integrate whatever it is that we have set intentions with, or life is calling us to develop along our personal and spiritual growth from this new lunar month. Now, along with this, right at the beginning of the week, we do have a lot of these sign changes. So Venus and Mars next to each other. Now Venus is past Mars, so now she's going to start to gain a bit more speed over Mars and separate there, but they're still extremely close to each other. And they're both leaving more expansive Sagittarius, where there was a lot of activity these past months, which was valuing more of the free-spirited natures of Sag, maybe the ideas, the different perspectives of life, maybe possibilities, potentials. It's been great to connect in our relationships, particularly with both of these planets, but really just enjoying and valuing some of that free-spirited and theoretical energy. But they are certainly changing sign this week. So slowly as we go through the week, and these planets, which are still a bit slow-moving, start to go into Capricorn, we'll notice more of that grounding. And in fact, it's already been this way because Mercury's already been in grounded Capricorn. Mercury's our minds, and so we've been putting a lot of that work there, likely with mental or communicative stuff. Before that, the sun was here, so it's a lot of this continuation with Capricorn as well. So Capricorn, the sea goat, is all about what takes time, patience, and perseverance. So Venus and Mars entering here is just going to add to this. And in this context, though, we could be enjoying it. Enjoying a bit of productivity, a bit of patience, and anything that does require discipline. That kind of energy is likely going to start to come through more in our relationships as we'll value it and start to connect more in that way. With Mars, we'll start to take action more in that way. So it really is continuing that, but also adding it, especially in the interpersonal level and in terms of what we value, desire, and connect in that way with this shift into Capricorn. So that's slowly happening right at the beginning of the week, as well as Mercury leaving that Capricorn and going into Aquarius, where the sun's going to be finishing up until about Thursday. So Aquarius is where that last new moon was, and so this is all about the future-oriented side of ourselves. And now Mercury, the planet of our minds and communication, is going into this future-oriented sign. So adding to that certainly at the beginning of the week. And so thinking more future-minded, thinking more in terms of what we want to cultivate for ourselves or the collective future, and perhaps even communicating more on this level, right? Ideas, perspectives, communication around the future, around perhaps global collective matters. It is the time of the year for that, certainly with all this Aquarian energy. All right, and on a personal note, this can be good for, of course, personal types of collective things like groups, friends, things like that. But again, anything that is about connecting towards a shared vision for the future is what the sign is all about. So coming into the week here, again, no major aspects, a lot of those sign changes right off the bat. The moon will be in Aries here for the first day on Monday. And so this is a good day on Monday, again, to start to take some initiative with things. We can already see that from the first quarter phase of that lunar cycle. But Aries is all about taking that initiative, maybe some of that energy we felt later on Sunday as well, continuing into Monday. Now, for the bulk of the week here, I would say Tuesday through Thursday, the moon will be here in Taurus. And so the theme will be about taking things a bit slowly and steadily and really cultivating our more inner resources. So themes about cultivating our inner resources like self-worth, self-value, self-reliance, all right, things like this are very good to, again, challenge ourselves with, because this is the squaring point of the lunar cycle. The sun is in Aquarius, which squares Taurus. Aquarius is all about the more progressive, visionary stuff. And, it's an air sign, so it's a lot of high frequency, a lot of movement. But Taurus is very steady, very stable. So the challenge here is how to integrate what we could say is our outer and inner selves personally and collectively, but really just how can we continue with these future-oriented things, innovation, future-mindedness, collective matters, while taking things nice and grounded, to stop and smell the roses, to cultivate that inner strength, develop those inner resources. And on an external level, it's always good when the moon is here to be connecting to things like nature or a good meal, some relaxation. It's connecting to the abundances of life. Of course, our inner abundance, that's self-reliance, self-worth, but also external abundance is great to connect to as well. All right, and then again, Thursday is when the sun will start to shift into Pisces, slowly starting to put an emphasis on this next month plus on the more watery side of things. Pisces is about what's important to us on a soul level. And so it's the time of the year for cultivating that. Sometimes a good time to take a bit of a step back, view things from a more inner level perspective, what feeds our soul, what satisfies us on a spiritual level, right? And focusing on those things. So we start to view life through a very etheric lens with the sun here, through what's important on a soul level, but also this can heighten our imagination, our intuition, our spiritual selves, again, reconnecting with the soul. And so great to do that, great to focus on life in that way. And I think that'll just naturally be coming through this coming weeks. Now, the moon will be going into Gemini over the weekend, Friday and Saturday. And so anything Friday and Saturday that does involve some of that Mercury, some of that communication, some of that using our mind, mental energy we're talking about is good. Again, we will be doing that in the future-oriented way with Mercury and Aquarius, anything involving innovation, future stuff, progressive energy, right? And then the week does end with the only aspect we have this week, which is the sun over Pisces. over Neptune, which is just confirming more of that Pisces energy. And of course, it will be happening in Pisces. So Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is all about what's important to us on a soul level, just like Pisces itself. And in this case, it's really, I think, moving forward a lot of this March and April energy, because March and April has Jupiter next to Neptune. It's, Jupiter's getting very close and really expanding this energy. So it's just all in all a good time, this month and next month as well, to again listen to our soul, be soul guided. But there could be a nice step in the right direction here. Maybe we come to some intuitive insights, some spiritual insights, or again, what our soul needs. And this could be, in a sense, a new beginning, a nice step in the right direction, at least for developing that further, as we will continue to develop it in this part of the year. But yes, with this, we are under more of that influence. So it is good, of course, to be mindful and grounded, understand that we are under an influence collectively. Just be aware of if there is a part of ourselves that does want to go to any extremes with this, which could be hiding away or too far into the ideals and dreams, and staying connected in the present moment, which is fundamentally what Neptune's about. And I would say also fundamentally to let go of what's outside of our control, to have faith, to have trust, to live in the present moment. These are the kinds of lessons that Neptune helps us with, to let things go, to find more peace in life. And again, it's a very important time with the sun now in Pisces, with this March and April, with Jupiter next to Neptune going on. So yes, but anything on that soul level could certainly be a new beginning with this late part of the week. And the moon will be in Cancer on Sunday. So just adding to that watery energy, Cancer is a fellow water sign. And so Cancer is about connecting to our feelings, our emotions, and creating a protective environment for ourselves and others. All right, everyone. So very straightforward week. Actually, if we were to simplify this, we would say, okay, coming into the week, especially around Wednesday, challenging ourselves, coming up to the first challenges of the lunar cycle, but taking that integration, that action, implementation. Still good for that balance between the yin and yang sides of ourselves with Venus and Mars, as they now start to go into grounded Capricorn and starting to value and connect in the realm of responsibility, discipline, maybe productivity and achievement. Very good to connect on that level. We have the Aquarian energy with Mercury and the Sun here, and so future mindedness, future vision. It's all about cultivating that from the new moon last week, and the Sun entering Pisces this later part of the week, going over Neptune, which is about what is important to us on a soul level in life, and sometimes letting things go in order to find that peace and live more presently. All right, so everyone have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click the like button if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're not yet signed up for MTZ Insiders, it is a newsletter where you do get these videos released first before YouTube. And so do sign up if you haven't yet. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you again, and I'll see you all next time for the next astrology forecast. Take care.